Facebook ads are evolving. Well, they kind of had to after Apple ruined the party for everyone. In 2021, Apple announced privacy changes to all of their devices, which meant that on iOS 14, which was the latest software release, you would be able to turn off tracking for all of your apps. Simply put, this meant that Facebook could no longer track what you did on your Apple device and feed that back to the Facebook algorithm. So instead of getting those targeted ads on your Facebook and Instagram, you were probably now getting really unrelated ads that you weren't really interested in. Now, there are pros and cons to turning off tracking on your Apple device. Yes, you stop Facebook from stalking you around the internet and then dropping that perfectly timed ad when you've been speaking or looking at that product. I know, it's pretty scary. But like I mentioned, you're now probably getting pretty random ads and no one really wants that. I know personally I would prefer to get targeted ads that I'm actually interested in, and that's why I actually turned my tracking on. But with this huge privacy change and other companies starting to follow suit, this proposed a big issue for Facebook. And that was the conversion campaign objective that we all knew and loved was no longer as effective as it used to be. And this was down to not being able to track on certain devices like Apple devices, poor Facebook pixel data and reporting. So we were pretty much in the dark. The Facebook pixel wasn't working, we couldn't see data and we couldn't report on it. So we were like, well, what are we going to do? How are we going to be able to grow groups for our clients? We're going to get leads for our clients and also get sales calls. So I got to work. I started looking at other campaign objectives, other ways to run traffic on Facebook, because Facebook is always innovating. They need you to spend money on advertising to keep Facebook going. And I thought there must be another way to grow online fitness businesses with paid traffic. And that's what I want to share with you in this video. Let's dive straight in. So conversion campaigns are now out the window. Well, for now anyway, until Facebook create a new product. Maybe metaverse advertising. Ooh, that would be big. Anyway, conversion campaigns have been benched for now due to the lack of reporting, the lack of tracking, and really poor Facebook pixel data. And the other options on Facebook weren't looking great either, like video views, messenger conversations, reach campaigns, even engagement campaigns. I've tested all of these campaign objectives before, and whilst they have a place on Facebook, they've never worked as well as conversion campaigns did. And then it hit me. I noticed the lead generation campaign objective, and I've tested it in the past with no real success. But something was different about it. So I started building a campaign and I noticed something had changed. The user interface had changed and the overall strategy that Facebook used had also changed. And like I mentioned earlier, I have tested this campaign objective before, but with no real success. The quality of the lead was pretty low. But now it had a fresh look, it had some new features, and it was starting to make sense to me. Because with the lead generation campaign, you create everything inside Facebook. So the prospect that's going through your ad and your funnel doesn't ever leave the Facebook platform. Whereas when you run a conversion campaign, you rely on the Facebook pixel to track them outside of Facebook. So when it comes to lead generation, you would create the ad exactly the same way you did for a conversion campaign, and then you would create what we call a lead form. This is where the prospect would put their name, their email in, and potentially phone number. They would then go through that lead form inside Facebook, and then right at the end you can direct them to wherever you like, whether that might be a landing page with a VSL or maybe your Facebook group. And the great thing about this is everything is tracked inside their app. The user is no longer leaving Facebook, so we don't need to use the Facebook pixel. So this strategy was looking quite promising and I was super excited to launch these campaigns and test them, but I needed to see whether they worked and what the quality of the leads were like and how much it costs to acquire a lead. And I'm super happy to report that it works better than ever. We are back in business with Facebook ads. The quality of the leads is actually pretty good. We're actually paying anything from $1 to $5 for a lead, depending on the niche. But like with any Facebook advertising, the quality does vary. You can't guarantee 100% quality leads. And I can confirm we are using lead generation campaigns with lead forms to help clients grow their Facebook groups, grow their audiences, and book discovery calls like the good old days. So if you want to grow your online fitness business using paid traffic, I highly recommend testing out the lead generation campaign objective. Whether that's to build an email list, grow your Facebook group, or even book discovery calls for your online fitness business. Lead generation will work and it has you covered. It's actually super easy to set up. Everything's built inside Facebook, so you don't need anything like lead pages or ClickFunnels or a CRM. You can build it all inside of Facebook and just follow their tutorials on how to set it up. So lead generation has you covered, well, for now anyway, until Facebook evolves again, which it will, because everything is always evolving. Facebook's always trying to improve its service, and that's just the fun of building an online fitness business. We have to stay present and current with everything that is changing to stay in the game. If you want to learn more about how to start, grow, and scale an online fitness business, then the next thing you want to do is check out the video I've got linked up on here for software for online personal trainers. In this video, I talked to you about some of the software that you actually need in your online fitness business, and also some of the software that you don't need to get started. So be sure to check that out, and I'll see you in the next video.